Hey guys, it's Scott Weddle here again with another episode, another session for you today. Big welcome. As always, my intention is to help you make more money with less time input so you can go and live your dream life. My goal is to help you build a system that produces value in the world so you don't need to be around all the time to provide the value and therefore get paid. And this is what the skill of entrepreneurship is all about, okay? Now, because of wisdom I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video and in all these episodes of videos that I've been doing, as you probably know, and I'm going to keep saying it because I want you to hear the transformation that this has had in my life. I used to work on a building site as a carpenter and joiner, earning £10 an hour in the freezing cold in Scotland. And now I live my dream over here in Australia, the Gold Coast. Living a life of my absolute dreams and managing an 8-figure company as a CEO, which is pretty cool, right? And yeah, pretty proud to say that. So what I'm saying is coming from a place of credibility, right? So what I want to talk about today is how to stop self-sabotage. And I've got 5 steps for you to stop self-sabotage. Now, I want you to think about a time in your life where you have been going for something that you want in your life. We could call that an end result. We could call that a vision. We could call that a goal, a target, right? Think of a time in your life where you've done that. Then as you've started moving towards it, you felt all this resistance come up in your body and into your active experience. It could have been in thoughts and feelings, or probably both. And then for some odd reason that you can't logically explain, you found yourself kind of moving further away from the goal and retreating back because it felt better to do that. And that might look like committing to starting a new business venture, and then you do all the work that's the busy work. So you watch all the videos, you do all that stuff. But when it actually comes to rubber meeting the road, you find another way to blame the course you bought, or blame the mentor you hired, or do something to completely sabotage your journey. And then and because it feels good to you, you end up reverting back, and then you just keep watching more videos, you keep reading more books, you keep doing all these things, right? And then you never really get anywhere. And then you wonder why. Like 5 years goes by, 2 years goes by, 10 years goes by. Hopefully not, by the way, but if it is, then you need to hear this. And then you wonder why you're not any further ahead. Like, can you picture any area of your life right now that you're doing that? I can guarantee that you're doing it because it's actually one of the big structures that humanity is stuck in, and it's called a problem-solving structure, right? And it's internal psychological and emotional tension that pulls on your psyche and sabotages you and stops you from going for what you really want, because all it is a mechanism that your ego and your body uses to keep you safe, because new stuff to the brain is exciting, and that's why we get germination energy. We're like, my God, that sounds amazing, the brain's pumped up. But then you've got your body, okay, your body, your ego, and that doesn't want to change because the body has to work real hard to change. It doesn't like changing, right? Think about why people stop going to the gym, because it's painful, right? Or because they don't want to eat the food, right? That's just literally the body just being lazy and not wanting to change. So this is why this happens. It's literally a structure that most people live in. So you're probably living in it right now. And if you are living in it right now, I have some bad news for you. If you don't change it, then you're just going to keep perpetuating the same patterns over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you get to the end of your life, and I say this from my heart to yours, and you'll wonder why you just kept playing out the same stuff. And you're probably going to get hit with a big dose of regret. And I don't want that for you, and that's exactly why I'm here doing this video, to be completely upfront and honest and transparent. And hopefully you feel that, right? So, guys, stop being a victim to your own emotional tension. Rise above it. Focus on what you want and take some sort of action towards where you're going, and create some generation energy, generate focus and generate motivation, generate movement, generate towards where you're going, not away from, not running away from yourself and your goals because your body's feeding you up resistance. Just stop it, right? Because it's not serving you, it's not serving your future, It's not serving your family. It's not serving your kids if you have them. It's not serving your vision. It's not serving your bank account. It's not serving anything in your life. So, people get stuck in these patterns, right? Patterns of behavior. Like one of the patterns of behavior is someone that dabbles, right? So someone is dabbling. They've got this thing going on, and then they've got another thing going on, and then they've got the job, and then they've got another thing going on, and then they've got all these things that they've kind of got their feet in many pies, and they're not really doing anything. They're not really focused. It looks like they're busy, but they're not. Is that you? Can you identify with being a dabbler if you're being honest with yourself? Right? The next pattern I see play out is the overthinker. Right? So you will literally just be in your head and you'll overthink absolutely everything. And everything will have to kind of be perfect before you move. Right? You'll literally be, overthinking that. Oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that. Oh my God, I need to do this. Oh my God, I need to do that. I need to do that. Right? The next one I see is, well, if this happens, then I'll take action. So it's like, well, I'm going to wait on this perfect outside event to happen, then I'll take action. Right? So it's like, yeah, next week when that happens, I'll start moving towards that. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? How is projecting into the future and saying, if this happens, then I will move? How's that working out for you? Because I bet you've done it in your life. Right? I know I'm laughing and teasing and having a bit of fun here, but I'm also being serious. How many times have you done that in your life, and how's that working out for you? I bet you're looking down the camera and you're feeling some tension and conflict in your body because you know it's true. And I'm saying this from a place of love, but stop it. I'll say it again. Just stop it. The last pattern I see is people holding on to the past. So because this happened back here, they project it into the now and into the future and say, well, that happened back, so I can't do that. You know, like, I got let down by this person, so I can't do that. Or, yeah, my last partner was a narcissist, or my last partner was this, or my last partner was that. So I'm not really wanting to be in the game anymore. I don't want to meet any new people. Well, I just got scammed in this thing here, so I'm not going to, everyone must be a scam artist now, you know? You project the past onto the future, or onto the now and then onto the future. And none of these patterns are serving you. So which one are you? Because if I'm left to my own devices, I can be all four, if I'm being completely upfront and honest. Without self-awareness, I can be all four, right? So I'll happily be vulnerable enough to admit that to you, and I'm not bloody perfect. But I know how to manage my mind. I know how to stay on top of my emotions. I know how to focus my mind. I know what, when I'm in my emotional tension, and my emotional tension is wanting me to revert back to the way it's been. And I know how to stay focused on where I'm going. I know how to stay in the end result. I have the courage to take the bloody action and go for it. And that's why I am where I am today. And that's why I'm going where I'm going. And it's such a beautiful skill to have. Now, what I would love to do is provide you with 5 simple steps that can be the first step. Okay, there's many other models, mental models, thinking models, principles, structures, premises that we can teach. But today I just literally want to give you the first thing that's going to allow you to build self-awareness. Does that sound good? Because self-awareness is the first step. So, if you ever find yourself in one of those 4 patterns, right? So if you're dabbling, if you're holding on to the past, if you're overthinking, or if you're saying, yeah, if then I will do that. If you're doing any of those 4, which is the main 4 patterns that I've seen in people's lives after working with thousands of students. If you're doing any of those, the first thing you got to do is, first step is you got to notice that you're doing it. If you don't notice that you're doing it, you're being unconscious to it. It has power over you. If you notice it, you can separate yourself from the pattern, and therefore it doesn't have any power over you. So you could just say, oh, that's me being a dabbler again. Or, my God, I'm saying if then I'll. That's me doing that thing again. You see how that language is just detaching you from it. It's not you, it's you're just running out a pattern, and you're different from that. You're creating this separation between you and the pattern. And this is very important for your brain. So you first notice it. then in your internal consciousness, just scream, stop, stop. Just internally, just say stop, and just let all your cells just feel fucking stop. You can even shout it out if you want. Stop. Stop it. Ah. Just boom, and shake your nervous system a little bit, right? So that's step 2. That just gets you like, oh, I'm doing that thing again, and then stop. And it literally will change your state. Then ask a powerful question. What would the person I'm becoming do right now? So if you're moving towards your goal and you feel the emotional tension and you can feel yourself doing a dabbling thing or whatever, and you're trying to reverse back and start to feel better, right? You're starting to resolve the emotional tension, not the creative tension towards what you want. Then ask yourself in that moment when you catch yourself and say, what would the person I'm becoming do right now? What would that guy do? What would that girl do? What would that woman do? What would that man do? You know, what would they do? Then close your eyes, get the answer. And when you get the answer, take action. Step 4 is to just have the courage to follow what your intuition told you, what your gut instinct told you. No one else can tell you this, only you. Your own internal guidance system, right? So literally just be like, my future self would have done this, or I would follow through, or I would hang in that tension and not resolve it. What is it that you would do? Then step 5, and this is so important, is my recommendation is for you to find proven support around you that believes in you and your future, and find a tribe that's on the same mission as you. Because if you don't have a step 5 in your life, then if you've got people around you that are dragging you back down, you can do these steps over and over again, but you're never going to get this external kind of feedback from people that are on the same journey as you. And that makes a huge difference at the start of your journey. Trust me, it makes a huge difference being in the right environment. If you want to study epigenetics and how the environment signals your cells internally, go ahead and Google that, right? I'm not here to give you a science lesson. That's not what I'm here to do. But your environment does signal your cells. So my recommendation is in step 5, you need to get into a pool of people that you can say, hey, and you can be vulnerable with. You can say, hey, I'm bloody sabotaging myself again. This is going on. This is the answer I got for what would my person becoming do, and I really just need some support right now. You know, someone that you can be vulnerable with. It could be a coach, it could be a mentor, it could be a group, it could be a tribe. Someone you can be vulnerable with, someone you can speak out stuff to, right? Because if you do that and that person believes in your future, you're going to get this kind of you're going to express, and then you're going to get feedback, then you're going to express, then you're going to get feedback. But the feedback coming back is going to be moving you towards your future, not back towards your past, like most people will that are in your environment. Hopefully this is landing and making sense. So let me repeat. If you catch yourself in a pattern, you first got to notice it. Then you got to change your state by saying stop. Then you got to ask yourself the question, what would the person I'm becoming do right now? Step 4, have the courage to follow the action. Do it. And it could be a masculine action, which is to do a specific action, or it could be a feminine action, which is just to do nothing at the moment and don't resolve the tension. Just sit with it. Do nothing. That could be an action, right? Instead of like resolving the emotional tension, just don't do anything with it, right? Then step 5, make sure you've got support around you so you can externally process this and stuff and get good feedback that's going to guide you towards your future. With that said, my friend, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, today's session. And if you do these 5 steps, I'm telling you right now, you'll stop self-sabotage forever, because you'll be in the right environment with the right people around you and the right support around you, and you'll be empowered to have self-awareness of your own patterns, and you'll be asking powerful questions, which will allow your brain and your intuition to access new information that already exists, because the unconscious mind is taking in 400 billion bits of information at every second. The conscious can only access 2,000 bits of that. So all that information exists, and if you ask powerful questions, you can access more of that information that's right hidden under your nose. You get it? Hopefully this is landing. I know you're probably nodding right now saying, yeah, that really makes sense, and I'm really getting it. And your brain's starting to rewire itself, and you're starting to learn and focus where you need to focus, right? Cool, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, today's session. I appreciate you. And here's to your success. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.